Welcome to this tutorial, Camtasia. Camtasia is a screen recording software that will help content creator to create amazing content, amazing video content. So if you are a creator on YouTube or Udemy or on any other video platform, and you are looking for an application that will help you to create a very good video content, so Camtasia is about the best application out there that you can use to create amazing content without stress. Camtasia is easy to use. Okay, so in this tutorial you are going to learn everything about the tools that are in Camtasia that will help you to create a powerful video content. Okay, so like I said, Camtasia is a screen recorder, and you can also use it to edit your video. So you can use it to capture yourself. You can use it to capture your webcam. You can do screen recording. You can do simple animation in Camtasia. Camtasia is by TechSmith. So if you want to purchase Camtasia, you want to buy Camtasia, you go to TechSmith website, and you're going to get Camtasia from there, or just find the Camtasia application in your local software store. You might be able to get the software right there. So the latest version of Camtasia that we have is 2023 version of Camtasia. Okay, so now before I end this video, I'm going to touch on how you can use Camtasia to record your screen, to record your webcam. Okay, so in the next video you are going to learn overview of Camtasia, all the Camtasia environment, all the sections. You're going to learn that in the next video. Okay, so before I end this video, let's talk about this button right here, or this menu right here. So this record button will allow you to record your screen in Camtasia. We also allow you to record your webcam, or even allow you to record only voice, or to record system audio, to record, to check your speaker audio. So this is the button. This button is very important if you want to capture your screen or you want to record your video. Okay, so if I click on this button right now, because I'm using it for my recording, as you can see my speaker right here. Okay, so now this is what is showing, but normally it's going to show you this is what is going to show you. So here you can capture your screen. You can see it's turned off, so you're going to turn it on if it's turned off. So if it's turned off, you won't be able to capture your screen, so you turn it on here. Then if you want to capture your camera, you also do the same by turning off. You turn on your camera, make sure your camera is turned on right here. Then microphone, make sure you select the microphone attached to your system, and then also you can turn on system sound or audio if you want the software to capture your system sound. Okay, so once all of these settings are good, you can now click on record, and it will start recording your screen. Okay, so that is how to capture your screen in Camtasia. And when you are through recording your screen, so this is what you can do. When you are through recording your screen, you come down here. When you come down here, you can now click on stop. So when you click on stop, it's going to stop recording, and it will take that screen captured video to Camtasia for editing. So once you click on stop, you click on Camtasia, the video will be right here for you to start editing. Okay, so that is a basic introduction to Camtasia. Like I said before, in the next video you are going to learn overview of Camtasia environment and what you can do in Camtasia environment, how you can edit your captured video and some other imported media into Camtasia. In this lesson, we are going to learn overview of Camtasia environment. If you have Camtasia installed on your system, all you need to do is type Camtasia in your search box. And the version of Camtasia that you have on your system is going to pop up. So all you need to do is to click. So when you click on the version of Camtasia that you have, you are going to see this environment. Now, if this is your first time to video editing application, this environment could look intimidating, but I'm going to break it down to you so that you can easily navigate around this environment. Alright, so what you have right here is referred to as a canvas. So this is where your video is displayed so that you can see the outcome of your capturing or the outcome of your editing. Alright, so this is canvas, and what you have down here is referred to as the timeline. So this is where you drag in your videos, and you cut your videos here, you add transition, you add all kinds of animation and all kinds of effects to your video. So the main area you will be working on is this timeline, and what you have here will display what you are working on, that's the video or the footage that you are working on. Okay, now this area is the media bin. Okay, so now in this section you can import media for your editing. So let's say after you capture your video with camera or with screen capture, you can put the media here. As you can see, your media bin is empty. Screen recordings and imported media will show up right here. So you have video, you have audio, you have images, you have voiceover or voice narration. All of these medias will be right here. So if I click on import media, for example, it's going to take you to your system. So you can click the section of your system that you have the media. So I'm just going to import images. Okay, let me import this one here. Okay, these three, and I will click on open, and it's going to come right here. Okay, so it depends on what you are bringing in. It's going to divide it into sections. So you have images section. If I right click and click on import, I go to my file and look for import right here, and I click on media. It's going to take me back here, and if you import let me import audio, for example. I'm going to import this one and this one. You're going to see that it's going to put it in a separate section. So you can see this section is for images, this section is for audio. Okay, so if I import, let me see if I have a video file there. If I go and import video, okay, so let me bring in this video, and this one is going to put the video into another section. So if I have a screen capture, the video is going to put it in another section as well. So you can see these are videos, these are images, and these are audio files. So if you have a voice narration, so let's say you come right here and you click, and let's say you do a voice narration, and it's going to put it in separate section as well. Okay, so this section is referred to as your media bin. So this is where you have all media that you are bringing into Camtasia. All right, now this section right here, this section is in fact where all the action will be taking place. This is what you have in this section. So now you have your media. We've talked about the media bin right here. Then you have your library, you have favorites, annotation, transition, and the rest. So your library, you have some Camtasia stored effects, and inside the library some media, or Camtasia stored media and effect inside the library. Alright, so if you come on library, you have icons, some stored icons that you can use. So if you are discussing building, you have some examples of buildings that you can make use of for in your video. Okay, so if you're talking about, we have media. If you go to media, you have all of this media that you can use in your videos or in your editing. So we have transport, we have social media. So you need social media icons, or so you can come here and choose. So all you need to do is just click on any one that you need and drag. So if I need this icon, for example, all I need is just to drag it to my timeline, and it's going to show right there, so I can use it for my video. Okay, so these are icons. People, you have people. So if you want to create animation about people, so you can do that. So I'm just going to put it on top of love right here. You can see. So I'm put this side by side. Okay, so that is what you have here. So apart from icons, you have intros. So intros are just the effect or the video that introduce your main content. So if this is my main content, for example, I can hold on shift and drag my playhead backward to create space in front right here. So I can decide to bring this outro, just drag. Most of the things that you'll be doing in Camtasia is just dragging. So if you have resources that you want to use for your video, just drag the resources and put it in the timeline. Alright, so now I have an intro video. So if I play from the beginning, you're going to see the intro video before the real video shows up. So let me just reduce the size of my timeline. I'm going to bring this after the intro video like this. Okay, so I can reduce the duration of my intro video by just dragging towards the playhead, or towards to reduce the size. Okay, so I'm going to also move this one forward. So if I play this now, so you can see that this is my intro video. So I can select any one. So we have so many of them here. So you have intro, you have so many of them. Okay, so and you can edit the text. So if I click on this text, you can double click on the text and type, or after clicking you can come over here and edit the text. Okay, so you have your text title and the rest. So you can edit it directly, delete what you have there, and then type your new text. So like so, and then you can change this as well. So that is your intro for you. So apart from intro, you also have lower thirds. So lower third is just information that move at the bottom of your screen. So examples of lower third, we have so many examples. You can create one for yourself, or you can even import one, and then you have Camtasia. You have several examples that you can use and you can edit. So if I drag this, so on my video, I'm just going to put it here, and it's very important to know how you arrange your files in your timeline so that I'm not going to have issue. Okay, so I have this my timeline right here. Okay, I dragged it in here, so I'm going to just remove it and go to main timeline. As you can see, we have main timeline and we have minimal elegance title. So that's the title. So I'm going to drag my lower third here, and let's see how that is. Okay, so if I play this now, you see my title right here, and then after the title, then you see the lower third at the bottom. So I can also edit this. As you can see, title, if I change this now, it's going to change the title. So if I put Tones Media, so you see it's going to change this to Tones Media. So if I play from here now, after my title, you have my presentation and the lower third. So you have so many examples that you can use right here, and you have motion background as well. If I don't want this black background in my video, I can use I can use this different motion background that we have here. So let me look for one. If I bring this, or let me bring this flying up, so I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to drop the background. I want to drop it below because it's going to cover. If I drop it above, it's going to cover the other thing. So I'm going to drag it down. I'm going to drop it below like this. So like I said, the way you arrange your file is important. So I'm going to move it away so that I don't want it to interfere with my intro, because if you play it like this, you know, the background of the intro too is going to, except if you want something like this, but I want the intro to have a black background. So I'm going to drag it to be under this video, and I'm going to reduce it so that it will be the same length with my content or my video. So if I play this again, so I have my intro, I have my content and lower thirds with this lovely background. Okay, so that is what you have in the library. So now, if you like any of these effects, you can actually star it. So you star any of these effects, and it will be added to your favorite. So that is what the favorite section is. So if you star any effect, it's going to come here. So probably effect that you use often. So if you star such effects, it's going to come to favorite. So let's take for example, and we have some. Okay, this is annotation. So under annotations, we have basic annotations and all of that. So this one here, you can use it to make your video interactive. So you can drag this, for example, let's say this one is saying hello. So just double click here and type hello. Okay, so now you can even move these anyhow you want to move it, you know, close to the mouth and so on. All right, so let's move this out a little bit. Okay, so that is what you have there. Okay, so you have other styles. So if you go to, we have abstract, you have industrial, you're going to see all of these examples. And apart from this, you also have arrows. So you click, you have different arrows. So if you click on all, so you have all the arrows right here. So the same way under this, if you click on all, you have more options that you can use, you know, call outs and the rest. Okay, so if you come here, you have different shapes that you can also use for your editing, your Camtasia. All right, so then you have blur. Maybe there's a content that you want to blur on your screen, so you can come right here and apply blur effects. So let's say you have an account number, a phone number, an email that you don't want the public to see, you can apply the blur effect. Okay, so we have transition. So you can apply transition. So we have different transitions that you can use. Okay, so but in applying your transition, just be mature so that you won't be as if you are playing around. Okay, so we have some very good transition that you can use in your video. So I love this arrow transition. So you can just, so if I want to apply transition to this now, so all I need to do is if I want to apply transition to all of what I have in my timeline, all I need to do is just to highlight all the section and drag the transition and drop, and it's going to apply to all. It does not apply, so I'm going to drag it again and drop it. Okay, so you have it right there. So if I play this now, you're going to see the arrow transition. Okay, so but it's right there. Once you render the video, you're going to see it. Okay, so we have behaviors animation. So these are behaviors animation pop up. Let's say you want an object to pop up in your presentation. Let me use this call out for example. If I don't want the call out to just appear like this, I want the call out to pop up. Okay, so I'm going to just take this call out and drag it in so that it's going to match with this, so that it's not going to show that black background that is showing. So if I play from here, and the call out is going to show. Okay, so now if I want the call out to pop up, for example, I'm just going to try, or maybe fly in. Okay, so I'm just going to drag fly in and drop it on top of the call out, and if I play it again, you see the animation effect is going to, can you see that? So that is how to use this behavioral section. You have your animation. So in your animation, you have a zoom and pan animation, and you have the animation itself, you have full opacity, and the rest you have custom animation. Alright, so now this zoom and pan is common. So let's say there's a particular section of your video that you want to zoom out on, you want it to be more visible, so you can just push it. Let's say I want the head part and the yellow section to be more visible, so I'm just going to apply that there, and if I play it from here, just watch out when you get to that, it's going to zoom in on that section. Okay, so that's the animation for you. Okay, so I'm going to scale to fit to return the size back to normal. So you have cursor effect. Cursor effect is also very important. You must have seen this in some videos. If I drag my cursor effect on this, and it means if I click any part, you can see. So there are no videos right here. You have images. So if I bring in a video, so let me go to my media and bring in this video here. So most of the time we use this effect in when we do screen capture. So if you have a screen capture or video, maybe you are trying to explain something and you're clicking and clicking and clicking. So when you right click, this is what we show. When you right click, and when you right click, this will show. You can select any of these, and when you left click, you can select any of these to show. So if I click like this, this is going to be show. It's going to show ring. Okay, so that's what this is all about. Because I don't have a screen capture video, so I can't really apply this. So if I drag it here, so if I click around here, it's going to show. Okay, so that's also effect. You have voice narration. I've talked about this. Let's say you have set of images and you want to explain, or you have your slides and you want to explain and you need to add voice to it. So what you can do is you can do voiceover or your voice recording here. Okay, so let's say I want to explain this image, and what I can do is just click on start voiceover, and I can start talking. So let me just pause this. I'm going to return this. Okay, it's just taking my voice, and I have to stop before I do all of that. So if I stop this, it's going to prompt me to save. So I'm just going to save it right there, and the voiceover is already added. You can see it at the top here. Okay, so if I play from here, you're going to hear my voice. Voiceover, and I can start talking. So let me just pause this. I'm going to return this. Okay, so that is how to do voiceover. Let's say you want to add voice to an image or even a video. So you just do it right there. That's voice narration, and you have audio effect as well. So in the audio effect, I'm going to use this voiceover as an example. So if I bring this audio compression, it's going to bring my voice to the same level. So that's the work of the audio compression. So I can increase my voice. You can see that the voice is at the same level. It's not that one is higher than the other. So that's the work of the audio compression. And I can remove noise as well. Just noise remover, drag it on top of the audio that you have, and it's going to take out the noise that you have right there. Okay, so you can move the video to match your images that you have in the timeline. Alright, so we have visual effects. So we have so many visual effects that you can use. Let's say you want your video to be fast, you can drag the click speed. Okay, so let me just do this. If I drag this my playhead where I have my video file, so I'm just going to take out this sound. If I play this is the normal speed of the video. So if I had clip speed, you're going to see that the video, if I have clip speed, Okay, so I've already clicked speed right here, and so that will lead us to this section. You have this property section here. This is property section. Any effect that you drag to your timeline, you have this property section activated, so you can actually adjust the property of that effect here. So we can see click speed here. So right now the speed is 1, so you can increase the speed to 4, so to speed 4 times. If I click on enter, you're going to see that the size of this footage has reduced, so I can play this now. You see that is faster than it's faster than it was before. Okay, so I can go back, and if I increase my timeline, let me increase my timeline. All right, so I can go back and change the click speed back to 1, and you're going to see that it will increase. Okay, as you can see right there. All right, so that is, then we have interactivity. Let's say you want to add quiz to your timeline. Okay, to this selected media, you want to add quiz to it. So you need to do, you just select the media and click selected media, and automatically, as you can see right here, it's going to add a quiz to your timeline. So you can type the question here and answer, then you select the correct answer right there. Okay, so then you have caption as well. So basically, this is just the overview of Camtasia environment. We've talked about this. Like I said, this is where all the action take place. We've talked about this section. We've talked about the canvas. Now, what we didn't talk in the canvas is that you can actually, it depends on what you are working on. If you click on this and you come to project settings, so you can actually adjust your canvas settings right here. So you can click, so you have different settings. If you're working on a Instagram video, this is the this is the size that you should use. Video, Facebook cover, iPhone, and all of that. So fit to visible. So it depends on the kind of project that you're working on. That will determine the setting that you will use, and you can also change the color of your canvas. So if you select another color, is going to actually show that color. So you can select another color apart from the default color. So I'm going to leave it at default color. Right, so you can, if you have certain height and width, you can also do that. So click on apply, and it's going to apply it. You can also do most of these things from file. You can see you have new project, you have import, you have export. You know, when you are through, then you also have other things that you can do. If you also come to modify, you see some of these tools right here. You can see animation, behavior, effect. You see adding marker and quizzes. Then if you go to view as well, you know, you can hide property, you have your canvas settings and all of that. Okay, so now the last part that I want to talk about is your timeline. So this is your timeline, and in this timeline you can do a lot of things. As you can see, there are several tools here. Okay, so now if you can see, this is for cut. You can cut this video. If I click on cut, it's going to cut the video. So cut means to move the video. Alright, so I'm going to undo by pressing Ctrl Z, and the next thing I want to talk about is, let's say you want to okay, this one will allow you to copy. So if I click on this, you must click on it first and then copy. Then also this will allow you to paste the video. So you can click on paste, and the video is somewhere, has been pasted somewhere. You can see it right here. Okay, so I'm going to delete it, and then this one here will allow you to split. So let's say you want to split this video into two, or there's an unwanted part that you want to remove from this video. So just click on split, and you can move any of this head section to cover the area you want to remove, and hit the delete key, and it's going to, you know, remove that particular section. Or if you want to remove it from here, just drag it inward, and it's going to remove it. And if it's too much, you can drag it outward as well to reveal that other aspect that you dragged inward. Okay, so that is what all of this is meant to do. So you can add exported frame right here. Okay, so now the other thing that you have here is zoom. You can zoom your timeline out, like this, or you can zoom your timeline in like this. Okay, so let's say you need more, you want to edit the video and you need more space, you want it to be bigger, you can, so that you can cut out the parts you want to cut out effectively, you can do that as well. Okay, so also here you can increase. If you feel that it's too small, you want to see more content, let's say some of the effects that you apply, you can actually increase your timeline like this. Alright, okay, so now you can lock here, as you can see. So here, enable magnetic track. Here you can lock your track, and here you can disable your track as well. Okay, so this is okay. At the top here you have let's say you want to move around your screen, you can pan around the canvas using that one. If you want to crop your video, you can do that using this one. So let's say you want to crop this part out of this video, you want to crop this part out of this video. Okay, so you can do that. So that is the main thing about Camtasia. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to talk about is after you finish your editing your video, you can export your video. So you click on export here, so you can share your video on all of this platform, or if you need it on your local drive, you can select local file and click on it, and you go to next, and you select MP4, next, and if you want watermark in your video, so you can just click on this, and you also select the watermark that you want to use. Okay, so if you don't select anything, it's going to include the Camtasia watermark. Okay, so then you have click on next, and next, give your video a title. Okay, so Camtasia overview, so I can just give that overview of Camtasia environment. Okay, so then you click finish. So when you click finish, it's going to render your video and you have it in MP4. Okay, so it's all of your editing features and all of that. Alright, so that is the overview of Camtasia, and I hope that with this video you can start creating content in Camtasia.